All right. Thanks to those joining me live and to those who'll be joining me on Archive, DStyleBoxing. If you're watching Archive, thumbs up the video. And I am here, as the title says, it's DStyle and DanTheMan. What's up, DanTheMan?
What's happening, D-Style?
Yeah, I believe this is the first time you've ever been on the DStyle channel, actually. I think this is the first time.
Yeah, it's actually my first time, man. It's a little bit long overdue.
And ironically, we're boxing channels, but we're not even going to talk boxing. We're going to talk some wrestling here. Really simple. Just one of your thoughts really quick. First of all, have you ever done a wrestling video? If you have, I probably missed it.
No, actually, you know what? I did a couple wrestling videos. It was on another channel. I haven't done any updates on it for the last couple of weeks on it because I actually had a co-host on it for a bit, but he kind of I had some other things he had to do, so I'll give him time to kind of get himself together. Then we'll get back to that. But yeah, I do follow it. I do follow it. I go, you can ask me about any wrestling question. I go all the way back to the WWE World Wrestling Federation days of the 80s.
Right.
And I do know there's some part of the history of it as well. So, yeah, I do keep up to date on the current product. Of course, I do have my take on it. I am objective just like I am about boxing. So
Right. Well, and you could argue this wrestling is even more subjective than boxing, right? I mean, it's it's way more. I mean, it's insane, and you really can't be wrong when it comes to wrestling. But just real quick before we continue, tell everybody where they could find your content here on YouTube.
You can find me on DanTheMan Boxing. You can just type in DanTheMan Boxing, and my channel will pop up. You can go ahead and subscribe there. I know it's primarily a boxing channel, but I will talk about MMA from time to time. About something that's off the norm. I might talk about, maybe I'll talk about something social issues like politics a little bit. So like you do these styles, I may talk about that from time to time. So that's where you can find me.
Yeah, exactly. Similar to the DStyleBoxing channel, so no reason why they can't subscribe to you too. And I'm pretty sure many of my subscribers already subscribe to you and vice versa. So there you go. Yeah. All right, so talk to me about Raw 25. I gave my thoughts. What are your thoughts, man?
Oh, man.
Unbelievable, right? I mean, they have a team of 30 writers. They came up with the most unbelievable content you've ever seen, right?
Yeah, it was just... Let me just say this. Did it have some moments? Absolutely. But it definitely was a big letdown. I don't understand. First of all, you had it in 2 different locations. What was that all about? I mean, it'd been easier just to have it in one setting at the ballroom, like where it first debuted. Have it there. Have it fine. But why would you have it in 2 different locations? Have 2 different shows on 2 different separate locations of Raw? That I did not understand. I don't understand the segments. Why? What was the point of having these segments on Raw on the 25th anniversary? I mean, if you're gonna have a 25th anniversary show, you should make that show all about the wrestlers who made Raw for what it is. Don't with the current storylines going into the Royal Rumble. That makes no sense. Why are you mixing it up? That makes no sense. I just don't understand that. You can continue the storylines and the promos after the show, after the 25th anniversary show. You don't do that. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah. I'm just agreeing with what you're saying.
Yeah. I just don't understand. Like you said, there's over 30 writers. They just can't come up with a good anniversary content. All you need to do is stick to the wrestlers who made Raw for what it is today. You can make up something about Razor Ramon. You can have the Brother Love show. I know Brother Love. Bruce Pritchard was on there. He made a cameo appearance. You can at least add something. Put on a segment where all these old wrestlers come in. They can all speak about their careers and how they made Raw for what it is, based off their contributions. You could at least done that. The fans will be very appreciative about that. If you want to feature the new bloods, absolutely, that's fine. But I just didn't quite understand it, man. I just didn't quite understand it. They should have came up with a concept that was more like the WrestleMania anniversary shows, like 10 and 20. You know what I mean? For example, obviously nobody talks about WrestleMania 20 anymore because we all know who headlined it. We don't want to get into there. But I just think it was a letdown. It was pretty dry. Did it have some moments? Absolutely. But I just think it's not what I expected. Let's be honest, man.
Yeah,
not
I
what
was
I expected.
I was.
why would you end the show with Brock Lesnar, Kane, and Braun Strowman brawling? I don't understand that.
When they've already done it. They already did that finish, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
They already did that spot with Strowman, put him to the table. They've already did that spot before they had their singles match a couple months ago.
Well, look, it's predictable. We all know he's going to win the damn thing. I mean, Brock Lesnar's going to come out on top in the damn.
Kane's going to win. Come on.
If he wins, that is a very out of the box thing that the writers would do. If he does win, I mean, if he does win, okay, that's a one-off win. He'll lose the title in the next pay-per-view. Okay, that's happened before.
Right.
You know what I mean? With Kurt Angle and Triple H. You know what I mean? So this has happened before. But what I will say is that outcome is we all know Brock Lesnar is going to win it. And the person, as far as the Royal Rumble is concerned, that's up for the air who's going to win it. But we all know that Roman Reigns is penciled in to headline with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, which we've already seen that match. Why do we have to see it again? I know Prince has a fetish on Roman Reigns, who, by the way, I'm sure you heard the news that he's under some type of scrutiny right now, some controversy.
Good. I'm glad.
You heard about that?
Well, whatever gets that dude off my TV, I'm all for it.
Well, okay, this is what happened, what I've heard. I heard that some guy who's locked up right now for illegal drug distribution and whatnot, the authorities, the federal authorities interviewed the guy, and he has some incriminating information. He provided some valuable information. The guy, I don't know the guy's name. I forgot. I can't recall his name. The guy who's supplying the illegal drugs named some of his clients. The guys that he named was Mark Wahlberg and Roman Reigns.
Okay.
He claims that Roman Reigns was supplying Reigns some performance enhancement drugs for the last 3 years. And we all know that Roman Reigns got popped about a year or two ago, and they had to, when he became a champion, and they had to strip him, and then he had to be taken off TV because he had to serve out his drug suspension. But now it's coming out that he's been taking, drugs even after his suspension, based off what this guy is saying. So we don't know. We don't know that. We don't know. It's just only rumor hearsay, unless the guy does have valuable evidence to prove that he's actually been supplying Reigns illegal drugs. But we don't know. That is a bit of a controversy right now. People are talking about that. So I don't know. But anyways, if it does get cleared up, I don't. The Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar WrestleMania. That leaves a bad taste in my mouth. To be honest with you, man, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that again.
We'll get to WrestleMania in a moment, but really quick, back to Raw 25 and that whole situation with Roman Reigns. We'll see where that goes. I'm waiting for more to come out, of course. I don't want to, even though I don't like the guy as a character or as a performer, I don't want to falsely accuse him of anything, right? So we'll wait to see what comes out. Not that I don't care about wrestlers taking steroids. That's me. I mean, they're not really fighting each other, so it doesn't matter to me. But I know Vince cares because the feds have been on his ass before. So if there's one way to get on Vince's bad side, that's the way. All right. So we'll see where that goes. But Raw 25, this is what I would have done. Really simple, right? If you want to have it at the Manhattan Center, look, the old school Raw back in the day, Raw was 1 hour long. That's it.
Right.
It was 1 hour. You could have done the first hour at the Manhattan Center and the next 2 hours at the Barclays Center. Done.
Right.
And then you don't have the problems that they had.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. I just think that, to me, though, I would disagree with you slightly, is that they should at least have it at the Manhattan Center. At least have it for a couple hours. At least have it there. Just have the whole show there. That's all you have to do. Kind of like ECW when they brought that back out for One Night Stand. When they brought that back in 2005, I believe, or 2006, they had it at the ballroom in Philadelphia. That's where ECW was brought up. They had their 2 hour show there. That's all you need to do to honor ECW, to honor something that kind of revolutionized the sport of professional wrestling. I just don't understand the concept of going back and forth between venues, during the live broadcast. That made no sense to me. It was all over the place. Yeah. I was like, what is this? Yes, it had some moments here and there, but it just didn't. It was just I don't know.
You know, they didn't even have to look. I like the Manhattan Center thing. Look, first of all, a lot of people don't know this. They didn't look it up, but the 25th anniversary was actually earlier in the month, around the 12th of January. Why did they do the 25th anniversary during the go home weekend of the Royal Rumble? It makes no sense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Also, they taped it already? Is that what you're saying? They already taped it? Is that what you just said? Or was it live?
The 25th anniversary of Raw was, to say it was 25 years ago, that would have been like, I think, the 12th of January.
Oh, okay, on the exact date. Okay,
they could have done the 25th anniversary show live, of course, but 2 weeks ago. They didn't have to do it like in the middle of the go-home show. I didn't see one. Did you see any interview from anyone talking about how I'm going to win the Royal Rumble?
Nope. That's the thing. That's what kind of makes this show so weird. I mean, first of all, this is the go-home version of Raw before the Royal Rumble. Why? This is why I'm confused. If you're going to do, this is why I don't understand. Why would you try? See, this is what I think what they were trying to do since you brought this up. They probably recognize this is their go-home edition of their show, right? Before the pay-per-view. I think what they want to do is say, you know what? we're gonna have the celebration. We're gonna have this anniversary, but we gotta have a go home portion being penciled in and part of that anniversary show too. That's what they wanted to go with, and that was just a bad way of doing it. Put a go home version, put in the go home elements of the show with the anniversary show, and put it together. You should not have done that. What they should have done, to me, like you said, I think what they should have done, show for one night, just to focus on the anniversary of Raw, on a special, like a Tuesday night special, Tuesday night Raw, something like that. You know what I mean? Where you can focus on the go-home version, on the go-home segments leading up to the Royal Rumble. That's what you should have done. That's what I think they should have done. They should have done that ahead of time. And I think this is a lesson for them to learn, because that was just bad, to be honest with you. You just can't cram all of that stuff in. You can't do that.
Also, why did they play Razor Ramon's theme music if Scott Hall's going to come out to his Wolfpack colors?
Yeah. Oh, come on.
And then what does DX have to do with Too Sweet? Can you explain this to me?
I know Scott Hall's not in the shape that he used to be when he was Razor Ramon. We all know that.
He doesn't have to come out in the vest, don't get me wrong, but Razor Ramon, he could have worn some Miami Vice type T-shirts or something. I don't know, something.
You know what? That's a good point. He could have worn the gold. You know what I mean? If he's going to be introduced as Razor Ramon, he could at least have something that could have, emulated, Razor, meet that character. So he could have came out with the gold. He had the hairdo, obviously. He should have came out with the gold. You know what I mean?
Right. So that was Scott Hall to me. That was not Razor Ramon.
That's a good point. That was Wolfpack. That was NWO guy, not the Razor Ramon guy.
Also, DanTheMan, did you notice as soon as he walked out, they went to commercial?
Yeah, I noticed that. I was wondering, what's that all about? Is Scott Hall having troubles again? I'm not trying to be funny, but
no, they just botched it. They just messed up. They went to commercial at the wrong time.
Oh, they botched the commercial.
What are your thoughts on Triple H's speech? You don't think he was putting himself over with that speech?
Triple H always does that shit. Paul Levesque always does that. He always got to do something he always got to upstage somebody. He always does that shit. I mean, I don't think he probably noticed that sometimes, but he always does that. He always feels that he has to overpower someone. He doesn't like to be upstaged. That's what I noticed about Hunter. He doesn't like it. So he's going to take that chance. He's going to take the mic, and he's going to make it all about him. I noticed that, too. That's what I did about that speech. He kind of made it all about him, if you think about it.
Yeah, because he said...
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, he's good at talking on the mic. I won't take that away from him, but he said two inaccurate statements. One, he said, DX has been here since the beginning. Well, that's not true.
That is not true. That is
right. That's not true at all, actually. DX had nothing to do with the Manhattan Center. That was Bret Hart, Razor Ramon, the 1, 2, 3 Kid, Diesel.
Shawn Michaels had something to do with that. So let's be real. He was part of
definitely the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Yes, he was in the first one. Yeah, exactly. The Undertaker is another one. Yokozuna passed away, but the Macho Man, he was a commentator. Bobby Heenan. I mean, those were the guys there. The DX had nothing to do with that.
Gorilla Monsoon was there too, so Gorilla Monsoon. Yeah, I mean all those were there.
Yeah, he was the GM, I think, right? Gorilla Monsoon at that time, I believe.
Yeah, he was on the Spring GM at the time. I remember that segment too with Bobby the Brain Heenan. He kicked him out. He kicked him out the show. I remember that segment.
You know what? I would have had Vince at commentary.
Yeah.
I would have had Vince at commentary, and I would have saved the whole Stone Cold thing till the very end.
Yeah, Randy Savage. I mean, God rest his soul. Randy Savage made that Raw too, so he was there at the first show as well.
Yeah.
Randy Savage. I mean, I mean, if I was Shawn Michaels and I heard that, I was like, what are you talking about with DX Bear since the beginning? I was here since the beginning.
And the other thing he did, you hear what else he did?
What's that?
He said, he goes, we drove the tank over to WCW and we, quote unquote, started the war. That didn't start the war.
No, that didn't start the war. What started the war was the when Scott Hall jumped ship along with Kevin Nash. That's what started the war.
Exactly.
Right? Started the war. Okay, because when they jumped ship, that was shocking to see Scott Hall on a WCW program. I was shocked when I saw him. I was like, what the fuck? He was coming through the and I was surprised. I was like, wait a minute. At the time, we didn't have access to that type of information where we, like right now, we get on PW Insider or WrestlingZone.com where we see where wrestlers get released or they sign on to new deals with other organizations. We didn't get that type of information back then. So it was surprising. That's when kayfabe was very, very sneaky.
Yeah, but since Triple H was on the tank, though, he made it seem like he was putting himself over.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I agree with you. I did not like that. I didn't like the fact that he was putting people, putting himself over. It's great that he said some good things. I get that. He kind of made it about the fans too towards the end, but come on, dude, you're not the guy who pioneered the whole thing. That's what it made it seems like that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, look, I won't take anything away from Triple H. Of course, he's a significant part of Monday Night Raw history. I would say more when it was called Raw is War, right? Which, by the way, I would have done that. I would have had the Raw is War, look at the Barclays Center. That's what I would have done. Or the old school like Raw entrance. Remember that the big letters Raw?
Yeah, or the old WWE symbol. I mean WWF logo. Have that put in there.
They could have just done that if they wanted to go old school. I mean, they could have done a lot of things to make people remember and reminisce and all that. And lastly, okay, because I know I'm shooting you a lot of questions here, but it's all rapid fire, but it's all good. Well, where was Mr. Monday Night?
Rob Van Dam.
He said that they didn't even invite him.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Well, Rob Van Dam and Vince is not on good terms to some degree. We all know that. Rob has been very critical of the company as of late, kind of like Bret Hart is. So that's why they're like, Vince is like, Vince is when people when people do things like that to him, he doesn't forget. But Vince is a forgiving guy. If it's good for business, he'll bring you back. But he feels that Rob Van Dam is not that type of guy who's earned that right to say, you know what, I despise you, but bring you back is good for business type of scenario. Kind of like Bret Hart in a way is like that. Bret Hart says what the fuck he wants to say. People don't like it. It rubs Vince off the wrong way, particularly Hunter. But you know what, though? He doesn't really say nothing bad about Vince and Bret, with all due respect. But the guy he doesn't like is Hunter, is Triple H. He doesn't like him.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get it. And look, I was critical then because Bret Hart wasn't on, but that wasn't their fault. They did invite Bret, but Bret couldn't make it. Bret had to see some surgeon that was flying out from Paris or something like that. I hope everything's good with Bret. But so it's understandable why Bret Hart wasn't there. But they couldn't do a video, something like Bret. They couldn't send a cameraman out there like, "Yo, Bret, you want to say a couple words to the." He could have gave a little speech, not a speech, like a 2-minute segment. Say, hey, Raw fans, hey WWE Universe, it's your hitman Bret Hart. I just want to say thank you guys for making Raw for what it is today. I couldn't imagine getting this far, but it did. Right.
You guys, then it wouldn't exist right now. In fact, without you guys, the Hitman Bret Hart, so
Exactly.
it's something to that nature. You know what I mean? He could have said something like that to that to that nature, but
where was Randy Orton?
Oh, he was left off. That right there. We don't know what's going on with that. He was left off. I don't know why he was left off. I don't know. He was left off, and who else was left off? Randy Orton was left off.
And then look. AJ Styles is my current favorite wrestler right now. But what did he have to do with Raw? Really? Why was he even there?
This is my whole point. It goes back to this complexity of where they were going with this. It says, if you're going to do an anniversary show, you make the show revolve around the people who built it, not today's stars. I mean, if you want to get the today's stars in there, at least incorporate them into what. No, don't put the today's stars in there, man. I just think you should only revolve around the stars that show, like the Bret Hart, like the 1, 2, 3 kid, aka Sean Waltman, like the Undertaker, like who else? Not Hall, Razor Ramon, Kevin Nash, Diesel, those guys. You know what I mean? Marty Jannetty, if you can get him on there. Ric Flair, so those guys,
Yeah. By the way, how cool was it when the fans were chanting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3? When Waltman came out, and then he thanked them, But did you know they cut that part off on their YouTube channel?
Yeah, I saw that. I did not know that, but I did kind of know that he doesn't even want him to be reminded as the 1, 2, 3 kid.
Well, that's
1, 2, 3 kid.
You're at the Manhattan Center, bro. That's where you had matches there. That's where you became a star when you beat Razor Ramon. I mean,
yeah, I remember that match too. When he won it, he won that match. I was an upset. So I think
I marked out too when that happened. By the way,
what's up?
I marked out as a kid when I saw that. When he beat Razor Ramon, I just thought he was just another jobber that Razor Ramon was going to squash. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought so too, because he didn't have the look that we see from wrestlers like Ramon and Michaels and those guys. I mean, he was so small. I mean, obviously he's if you look at him today, he's pretty big. He's like 210, whatnot, or 215. But like back then, he was like 190, 187, 184, 185. He was a small guy. You didn't want to expect him to beat a guy like Razor Ramon. And I was shocked as a kid when I saw that. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. He was like a scrawny little kid. I mean, obviously, 185, 182, looking on TV, that's not, but, on TV, it doesn't do him no justice. But anyhow, yeah, man, I just think that that show, again, dude, I just can't understand why they went with this way they did, man. It was a big letdown. Hopefully, the Rumble will kind of make up for that. I mean, that letdown of a go home edition, a Raw part of that too. So, yeah.
So really quick, I just have a couple more questions for you. If you're booking the Royal Rumble, who wins it?
Well, as far as the Dirty Man Royal Rumble, let's see. AJ Styles is the champion for Raw, which is the WWE Heavyweight Champion, right? So, or the WWE Champion.
Yep.
So I would book him to face. Ain't too many bodies left on SmackDown because of the injuries. I would say it had to be a toss-up between Kevin Owens and or Sami Zayn. One of those two, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but they're not going to be in the Rumble.
They're not in it? I thought they were.
They're in a title match against AJ Styles.
Oh, that's right. They are. It's a triple threat match. That's right. I'm tripping. You're right.
By the way, would you have liked it if AJ Styles came out to the Manhattan Center with the old school Wing Eagle belt?
That would have been nice. Yeah, that would have been nice. Yep. Yeah, that would have been nice if it come out with that type of belt. The old school Eagle Wing belt, Hulk Hogan wore, and Bret Hart's and Randy Savage's wore. But as far as going back to that initial question, since they aren't Owens and Zayn already in the main event, so yeah, they may not be in the Rumble match. So I think, if anything, yeah, like I said, it's so narrow who you can book. I mean, maybe Randy Orton, I don't know, but we've already seen Orton versus Styles, I think. Did we already see that match? I mean,
yeah, Orton won the Rumble last year as well, though. I mean, the fans will hate that.
Yeah, I don't think that's
what
true.
About
I mean, who else you have?
What about the Japanese guy? What's his name?
Yeah, Matt Moore, that would be ideal, but the problem is Vince is not high on the guy. That's the problem. He's not high on him. You don't see him as a main event material guy. Maybe Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, but somehow you saw Jinder Mahal as a main event guy. Like, really?
I know you read about that. Jinder Mahal, look, I agree with you on that. He had no business going to the main event after being a jobber after so many years, and also needs to get the main event push. I get that. Good as a heel. He's been a very good heel, and as a champion. So I disagree with that has been, because honestly, it hasn't been really no one else. Anything on the SmackDown side of things, if you were to get a winner, definitely would probably be Jinder Mahal, or like I said, since
well, looks like we're losing you there, bro. Can you hear me? Let's give him a moment. I can't hear you, DanTheMan. You there? Well, look, I'm not sure if he cut off. We'll see if he comes back on in a moment. But me personally, I would have Finn Balor win the whole thing. Right? That's what I would do. You couldn't figure out the elimination chamber thing. You can still do a match there. So I'm not too worried about that. Last year, they had the elimination chamber on SmackDown. It's not automatic that it's going to go to the SmackDown guy. But Nakamura would be my second choice. But other than that, I don't care. The women's Royal Rumble, I don't care. You know, I just have no interest in that Rumble. But I guess Asuka probably. But I really don't care. Maybe Becky Lynch. I don't know. You there, DanTheMan? Well, guys, it looks like we lost DanTheMan, but hopefully we do some more videos one of these days. You know, get some more wrestling talk on here for you guys. Just want to do this quick, a 30-minute video or so. Thanks to everybody that joined. Let me go ahead and hit up the chat really quick, and then I'll go ahead and log out. Let me see here. Champ Rosin, surprise Razor Ramon didn't pass out on the way to the ring. Hey, look, man, I get it. I get the joke, but he's in a good place now, man. He's in a good place, and that's good to see. Some bits. I hit 500 today on the bench and had to tell someone, thanks for the video, DStyle. Some bits. All the wrestlers today have barely any intensity to try to create this character instead of being themselves. Also, writers are horrible. That Strowman Brock Kane spot has been done before. Yeah, Shawn Michaels looked like he just came off a bender, says Champ Ross. Also, I mean, talk about losing his hair. I mean, he's losing a lot of hair. He's trying to hide it with that bandana, but all right. Kane's been looking chubby, says Prince White Charming. Yeah, he has. Prince White Charming. Kane has trouble keeping off the cervezas. Kane needs to retire this year. And I think he has a better place in the Royal Rumble. I think Kane would have been better there than in this match. But hey, Jamie Chavez, will Ronda Rousey be at the biggest star in the WWE like she was in UFC? I don't know, maybe the biggest women's star, but we'll see, man. We will see. Champ Ross, these WWF guys be doing that shit, though. LOL. By the way, I know Ken Shamrock has been talking about wanting to do a comeback to the WWE, so why not have Ken Shamrock just, make a surprise entrant at the Royal Rumble? I think that would be a big thing. I really do. By the way, get Ken Shamrock in the Hall of Fame. Champ Ross, it's better than the wrestlers are. It's better when the wrestlers are roided up, says Champ Ross. I don't have an issue with the wrestlers roiding up. Some bits, Ronda Rousey overrated as fuck. Some Wonder Woman wannabe blonde chick who believed her own hype. Well, she might be overrated, bro, but this is wrestling. So... it's okay to be overrated in wrestling because it's all an act. So it'll work for her, I think. Prince White Charming, I think John Cena is a bigger name than Ronda. Wow, that's debatable. Prince White Charming, WrestleMania main event should be Cena versus Reigns with somehow coming out the winner. With both coming out the winner. That'll be interesting. Prince says they should fuse Reigns and Cena together where they kick out of every finishing move known to man. Some bits, I have a friend that weighs 110 pounds. So, all right. Prince says, I think Finn Balor or Nakamura win the Rumble is the best option. Some bits, Finn Balor or Elias for Raw and SmackDown. I would say one of the Usos because they're good and people look over them. I don't think any of those guys are going to win other than Balor. Jamie Chavez, overrated or not, she was still a huge star. Jamie Chavez, I agree. I think Sasha Banks wins the Rumble, says Prince. Some of it, she was because she had the UFC behind her and because she's white and blonde and they market her for sex appeal, big deal. Well, sex appeal is going to definitely work in the WWE because that's all the WWE is about how you market and all that. So since the matches are predetermined in wrestling, she doesn't have to worry about that. You know what I mean? One last comment here. Prince White Charming, sexy star, Johnny Gonzalez's wife, comes into the Royal Rumble and men's Royal Rumble and wins it. Faces AJ Styles at WrestleMania and defeats AJ Styles to become to win the WWE title. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. There are many divas who are better looking than Ronda, right? Well, there you go. Well, there's no doubt about that. By the way, did anybody see Tori Wilson? Did you see Tori Wilson at the freaking holy shit, that was the best part of the night. How the hell does Tori Wilson look better than she did when she was in the wrestling business all these years ago? I mean, holy shit. I mean, damn. Anyway, this is DStyle, and I'm out. Peace.